Hi, how are you?
Oh, good. How are you?
Doing great. So sorry, you get to wear probably one of my favorite costumes in this movie because that whole little group, especially when we see them like outside the movie theater, just all looks so cool and so 80s. How does something like that help you when you're getting into the mindset of a character when we don't get to spend that much time with them and we have to kind of know everything about them within like really quick moments?
I think, especially with a character like Tina, who is of such a specific time and place and culture, the hair and makeup and costumes are one of the most important elements of building the character. It was so great and it's so cool. And I was lucky that there were some members of the costume team who were Oakland locals who did go to Gilman in the 90s. So they had a lot of references on what I should or shouldn't wear. And there's a belt that I'm wearing that's made out of bullets that are blanks. And it was really heavy. It was probably like at least 4 or 5 pounds and really like weighed me into the ground. And I'm wearing these thick platform combat boots. So everything about it made me feel very grounded, but especially for the costume to be so bold. She's such a bold and unapologetic person. It really helps you immediately step into that because you have to be cool wearing such a crazy look.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask with something like this because I asked Brian and Anna this, when we do vignette storytelling, even though like I love the ending of this movie where we get to kind of see how they all tie together. But with vignette storytelling, you don't get to spend the time growing the character throughout the film or letting us go on the journey. It is kind of you get that story and that's about it. Do you find it freeing as an actor to get to tell a story in that way where you don't have to kind of worry about the overall arc of a character because you're just focused on that one portion of their story?
I think any project, acting wise, however long or short, you are focused on an arc. So I was never really concerned about the lengths of
Mhm.
the chapters. I think honestly, the easiest part for me is that I'm not great at watching myself. So when it comes to watching this movie, this is the easiest movie of mine to watch. I'm in the first 15 minutes and then I'm just watching a bunch of my friends in a movie that I really enjoy. So that's the best part of the anthology process for me.
You're like, I know when to go to the bathroom. It's as soon as the movie starts for 15 minutes, and then I can
Yeah.
come back.
I have 15 minutes to like settle into my seat, grab a snack, do something else, and then I lock in for the rest of the film.
Well, and I want to ask you because with this vignette storytelling, it does mean that like there are certain chapters that like people might be liking more than others, or they want to focus on this more. Do you have outside of your own chapter of a portion of this movie that you were like, this was so cool, like I loved watching this chapter?
Yeah, I mean, I really loved all of the other chapters. I thought that Normani and Dominique's segment was really, really fun. Um, I think acting in any scene with Ben Mendelsohn in this movie looks like it's so much fun. I didn't get to meet Ben actually until last week because we have no scenes together. So I'm jealous of every actor who got to work with him. I do think though, and this is I think a very common answer, that the coolest sequence is the final chapter. And I won't spoil it because I think everyone has to go and see it in a
Mhm.
theater. But everyone will know what I'm talking about. I'm so jealous. I wish I could have done that. It's so cool. It's so amazing.
Yeah, I just keep being like, don't worry, Jay Ellis is such a little superstar, and you guys should just all go see it.
He's a
Uh,
star. People don't see that after this movie. Good, they got to get their eyes checked.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
For a last thing with this, I love how this movie both plays into like types that we're used to, because like you have Pedro being a dad yet again. So everyone's gonna be like, okay, it's dad
Traumatized
Pedro
dad.
again. But then
Yeah.
you also have so many either newer actors or people love playing different roles that they haven't gotten to play before. So what for you is the most exciting part about people getting to see all of that put together and go into the theaters to get to see Freaky Tales when it finally comes out?
I think what's cool about Freaky Tales is that no matter who you are or where you're entering this film from, I think it's going to surprise you. This is such a wild, original, twisty tale of a film. So I think that no matter what expectations you come in with, it's going to do something you don't expect. And that's really exciting for me in a movie. That means it's really original. But I mean, all of that I have to give props to Ryan and Anna. That's really their creative vision.
Yeah, well, I can't wait for everyone else to get to see this because I love this movie a lot and I think it's so much fun. And thank you so much for talking with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. I like your little Grogu in the back.
Oh, thank you. It's my nerdy shelf. I always forget he's there. He's dressed like a character from Oppenheimer, so I forget he's up there.
Petra would be happy to see that.
He would love it. But thank you so much for talking with me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. Nice to meet
Have a
you.
great one. Nice meeting you.